there? Oh, I wasn't sure if you were stationed. All right, well, I got a question here. Can you see it? Weird, and I've lost your camera as well. Your camera has disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, you're back in. Yeah, can you hear me? I can see and hear you now. You not so much? Do you want to try like going out and coming back in? Maybe? How about now? Oh, I see you're back. Are we back to normal? All right, well, then here's the question we're on. I've got, how do I turn this into a mixed radical? Oh, the 0, 180? Well, I'm on a tablet. It's hard to make it look good. It's funny. Yeah, my writing's not the best. Okay, so we're going to do a factor tree. 90 and 2, yeah. Good. Good. Yes, we do. So then what do we do? So we've got a 6 root 5. Oops. Okay, what about our x's and y's? What are we going to do with those? So, and then what's going to come outside? What's going to stay inside? Not that many. You want me to have 3 of these over here? Think about how many go in a group. Oh yeah, never mind. I was thinking it in a cube. Duh. Okay. So, no, you're right. I was thinking cubed. Okay, so we got 3 on the outside and 1 on the inside. Good. What about our y's? We have y10, so what does that put on the outside and the inside? 5 on the outside, okay. And nothing on the inside? Perfect. Okay, so there we go. That is going to a mixed radical. So let's go one more the other way around and let's refresh our memory on some of those test questions, which is kind of like this, but okay, let's do for 7 with a cube root of 2a squared b. How are we going to turn that back into an entire radical? Okay, and how do I bring this 4 back inside? Well, don't even worry about the a's right now. Let's just deal with the 4. Just 2? Yeah, it's a cube root, so we need 3 of them. Okay, what is that going to give us? 4 times 4 times 4, and then what else do you have to do? There's a 2 on the inside. No, because if it was split into 3, it would have came to the outside. It was left over. It didn't have 3 of a kind, so it stayed there. It just stays as is. So I've got 4 times 4 times 4. I've got to multiply that back into what's here. Yeah. Because we're putting this all under a cube root. Yes, which is going to give us 128 there. Okay, how about our a's? Remember, we're splitting it into how many groups we have as our index of our radical. So there was 3 groups that came out, and I ended up with 4 of 3 groups. There would have been 12, right? And now that has to multiply into what was left over that didn't come out because it didn't have enough to come out. I needed 3, but I only had 2. When we're multiplying common base, do we multiply exponents? We add them. So it should be a, yeah. Okay, how about our b's? Yes. 7 groups of 3. Yeah, and that has to multiply to what was left inside that didn't have enough to come out, making a total of, yeah, 21 plus 1 is 22. There we go. So that's, again, going the other way around. Okay, let's go back and take a quick look. I know we've done your test questions before, but it looks like we need to review because you've forgotten some of this stuff. This was the second page we looked at with exponent laws. So let's go back to the first one that we did, which was not this. Let's just save that for now. And then we'll look at some of those again as well. Exponent laws. I think I need to buy a new Wi-Fi extender. It seems to be running slower these last few days. Not happy about it. Okay, this page. And remember, I posted 2 for practice, multiplying and dividing and adding and subtracting. So definitely start thinking about going on that and doing a little bit of review. So this one was, okay, so your test had multiplying with subtraction, multiplying radicals. This was find the volume. Okay, let's do a few questions now that I remember what your test questions were like. Let's try one like that. How would I multiply 4 root 3, let's go, plus 2 root 5 times, ooh, I want this to be a good one. Let's do, and then I need to do 75. Okay, let's go 3 root, ooh, that's not going to quite do what I want to do. Okay, whatever. I'll have to figure it out after. Let's go 3 root 10. What does this simplify to? Four plus 2 times 3. Talk to me. You're doing the outside numbers? Okay, so no. Unless I have like radicals can add together. These are not like radicals. And if I'm doing my order of operations, which is bed mass, what am I supposed to do first? Exactly. So, A is not working. We want to do that multiplication before we do the addition. So if I'm going to multiply these, 2 times 3, yes, is 6. What are we going to get for the radical piece? Good. Because when we multiply radicals, outside numbers multiply together, and those inside radicals are going to multiply together. Okay, now in order to add these together, I can only add them if the radical piece is the same. They're not. I was hoping that I was hoping I could, but I was trying to make it up in my head, and it's hard to go like a few steps in advance. If I was to, we could simplify this as a mixed radical, absolutely. How do I simplify this? Okay, what's my factor tree look like? Okay, and so then what happens? So we have a pair of 5s. What do I do with that pair of 5s? Okay, and so 5 times 6 is? What? Good, and what's left is the root 2. Good. Now, I was hoping that as my math brain was trying to come up with a question that would have made that simplify and have the same radical, didn't work. Had it been both root 3s or both root 2s, then I could have added the outside number, but this one didn't. But that's the idea. Okay, let's give you a word problem here. Let's say find the volume of a rectangular prism that is, now I'm going to have to handwrite this, otherwise I can't get the right things that I want. Or that has, let's go, ooh, I have a better idea. Find the length of a rectangular prism that has a volume of, I'll fill that in a second, and a width of, and we'll fill that in too. Okay, so let's find the length of a rectangular prism that has a volume of I don't know, 20 root 50, and a width of 5 root 14. How are we going to figure this one out? And what am I doing with those two? What is volume equal to? No. Think about a rectangular prism, a three-dimensional shape. We have a length, a width, and a height. How do I get the volume of that? If you add sides, you're adding perimeter, but we want, what is the volume filling up this whole shape? So the formula for that one is length, yes, it's a multiplication, length times width times height. Okay, so if we were to take, what do we know? Do we know what the volume is? Okay, and so what am I going to put for my volume? Okay, and it says equals our length. Do we know what the length is? Well, it says find the length. So we don't actually know the length. We do know the width. Oh yeah, no, we do know the width. And by the looks of it, I need to give you one more variable because I left something out here. So let's go with, and a height, oh, I might need to move that over, of 2, oh, I'll just write that in, it'll be easier. Okay, that's not bad. Try not to redo my lines. Can I shrink them a little bit? Ish. Okay. Let's give this a height of 3 root 9. No, root, let's go with 18. Should work. Okay, so we've got our width. Now we've got a height of 3 root 18. How am I going to solve this for our length? Okay, what? Close, not deduct them, but let's start there. What is my width times height? Mm-hmm. 14 times 18? Right, when we multiply radicals, it's outsides and insides together, yes. Let's continue, let's try that again. 2, 5, 2. Okay. Since this is multiplying to my length, how do I get rid of this? If I'm not factor treeing it, no. If I want to get L by itself, how do I get rid of what's being multiplied to it? Think back to just something simple. If I had 3 equals 9x, how do I solve for x? How do I get rid of that 9? If I want to get rid of 9, I would have to divide by 9. Right? That would cancel that out. So x would equal 3 over 9 or 1 over 3. So when I have something multiplying to our variable, I want to be dividing both sides by it to make it go away. So if I've got L times this, what I want to do is I want to be dividing by that. Because anything over itself becomes 1, and it's going to cancel it out. But what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And so whatever, it was a 15, just my pen isn't working very good right now today. There, I was trying to make it the same, and then I got lazy and just wrote over it. So, whatever that comes out to, and of course I could leave it in exact form for the sake of argument just to do the math. I've got 20 root 50 is about 141, rounded to the nearest whole number. 15 root 252 is 230.